Hello, this is Shivanand Thorat. Welcome to the webinar on Introduction to the Basics of 7th edition APS Style 2020. The 6th edition, published in 2009, has been around for 10 years. The 7th edition is published in October 2019, and the journals are beginning to publish papers in the 7th edition APS Style in 2020. The transition to the 7th edition will occur over time and on a journal by journal basis until all APA journals use the new style. We will also need some time to adapt to new changes incorporated in the 7th edition publication manual. APS style provides a foundation for effective scholarly communication because it helps authors to present their ideas in a clear, concise, and organized manner. Uniformity and consistency enable readers to focus on the ideas being presented rather than formatting, and scan works quickly for key points, findings, and sources. The publication manual of the American Psychological Association, 7th edition, is the official source for APS style. With millions of copies sold worldwide in multiple languages, it is the style manual of choice for writers, researchers, editors, students, and educators in the social and behavioral sciences, natural sciences, nursing, communication, education, business, engineering, and other fields. Known for its authoritative, easy-to-use reference and citation system, the publication manual also offers guidance on choosing the headings, tables, figures, language, and tone that will result in powerful, concise, and elegant scholarly communication. Before we jump in, a quick reminder to check my YouTube channel for more informative videos and webinars like this. I keep on uploading videos on different topics related to psychology, research methodology, psychometrics, and statistical analysis. Consider subscribing to my channel if you find content helpful and press bell icon to receive notifications of my upcoming videos and webinars. Feel free to share videos with your colleagues, students, and friends. We rise by lifting others. So, in this webinar, I will be covering notable changes in the 7th edition APS style, followed by tips and shortcuts to create an APS style formatting in Microsoft Word. There will be three sections in the first session of webinar. In section 1, we will see changes in references and in-text citations. Section 2 will cover more inclusive and bias-free language. And in section 3, we will see paper format changes. The second session will cover the 7th edition APA format setup in Microsoft Word, followed by tips and shortcuts which will help you to speed up your paper writing work and will make things convenient. You can interact and drop your queries in the live chat section. I will try and answer those during and after the stream ends. So, let's get started. The 7th edition of APA Publication Manual 2020. The most notable changes. What has changed? More examples and easier guidelines for citing online sources. For example, social media, podcast, YouTube videos, TV series, etc. Updated guidelines for inclusive and bias-free language. For example, 7th edition recommends the use of singular they. Specific formatting guidelines for student papers compared to academic papers, including a sample paper. And small changes in how to cite sources, making citations easier to write and find online. Section 1, References and In-Text Citations. There are 7 notable changes in the 7th edition of APA Publication Manual. The publisher location is no longer included in the reference. Many students had difficulties finding this information. For example, here New York is a location of the publisher which is no longer required. So, our reference as per the 7th edition guidelines will consist of authors followed by copyright year, title of the book in italics, and the publisher's name. If you are referring to any edition of the book except the first one, you will have to add edition number just after the title of the book as shown in this example. Now let us see how to cite a book in the 7th edition APA style. For author, invert names so that the last name comes first, followed by a comma and the initials. Leave a space between initials. Retain the order of the author's names. For a copyright year, place the copyright year in parentheses, end with a period. For the title of the book, capitalize only the first letter of the first word. For a two-part title, capitalize the first word of the second part of the title as well. Also capitalize proper nouns, italicize the title, end with a period. For a publisher, include the name of the publisher followed by a period. Do not include a publisher's location. If a book has more than one publisher, simply separate them with a semicolon as shown in this example. Does the book have a DOI? Include a DOI if available. Do not include a URL or database information for works from academic research databases. Include a URL for ebooks from other websites. Do not put a period after the DOI or URL. If you see in this last example, there is no publisher name. When the author and the publisher are the same, omit the publisher in the reference. Here, the author's and the publisher's name is APA, so there is no need to add publisher's name. Remember that all references in your list must be double spaced, both between the references and within the references, with a hanging indent of half inch for references with more than one line. The in-text citation for works with three or more authors is now shortened right from the first citation. You only include the first author's name and add et al, meaning, and others. Regardless of the medium of the source, all sources with three authors or more are now attributed using the name of the first author followed by et al. The only exception to this occurs when doing so would create ambiguity. For example, if two papers have first listed authors with the same name, in these cases, list as many names as needed to differentiate the papers, followed by et al. While writing a narrative citation, same rule applies for et al. Simply put year of publication in brackets as shown in this example. In the 7th edition, up to 20 authors should now be included in a reference list entry. For sources with more than 20 authors, after the 19th listed author, any additional author's name are replaced with an ellipsis followed by the final listed author's name. These three dots used in a place of a word or words to show that they have been left out deliberately are called as ellipses. Do not place an ampersand, that is, the symbol of and, before the final author's name. While writing in-text citations, the rule of et al. We have seen in the previous slide applies. A DOI, Digital Object Identifier, is a unique alphanumeric string assigned by a registration agency, the International DOI Foundation, to identify content and provide a persistent link to its location on the Internet. It is regarded as the most important part of the citation because it will accurately direct the users to the specific article. Think of it as a digital fingerprint or an article's DNA. Most journal articles and books have a DOI, Digital Object Identifier, assigned to them. This unique link is stable, it doesn't change over time, and makes retrieving a source easier for readers. The label DOI is no longer used in the 7th edition APA style. DOIs are formatted the same as URLs. They are presented as a hyperlinks so one can click on it to get redirected to the source web page. Now let us see how to cite a journal article in the 7th edition APA style. For the authors, invert names so that the last name comes first, followed by a comma and the initials. Leave a space between initials. Retain the order of the author's names. For the year of publication, place the year in parentheses, end with a period. Period here means full stop. For the title of the article, capitalize only the first letter of the first word. For a two-part title, capitalize the first word of the second part of the title as well. Also capitalize proper nouns, do not italicize, end with a period. For the name of the periodical, capitalize all major words in the periodical name, follow with a comma, italicize the periodical name, but do not italicize the comma after the periodical's name. For volume number and issue number, italicize the volume number. Do not put a space between volume number and the parenthesis around the issue number. Do not italicize the issue number or parenthesis. Follow a parenthesis with a comma. If there is no issue number, that is okay. Follow the volume number with a comma. For page numbers, include the article page range. Use an N dash. Do not put spaces around the N dash. End with a period. About the DOI number. Does the article have a DOI? Include a DOI for all works that have one. Do not put a period after the DOI number. Citing web pages. The words retrieved from preceding the URL or DOI are no longer required unless a retrieval date is needed. For example, Wikipedia articles where content frequently changes, date is important. While citing a web page from such a source which changes frequently, include a retrieval date in the format retrieved month, date, year, from, and then add URL. The website name is included unless it is the same as the author. If the author and website name are the same, omit the website name from the citation. Web page titles are italicized. If the resource was written by a group or organization, use the name of the group or organization as the author. If the page author is not listed, start a reference with the title instead. If the date of publication is not listed, use abbreviation ND, that is no date. General format for citing a web page is authors followed by date of publication in the format of year, month, and day. Title of the article or the title of page in italics. Website name and a URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator, at the end. Generally, a URL consists of three major components, namely protocol, hostname, and the file name. Just like here we are learning the 7th edition of APA, there are versions for the URL as well. The latest version of URL is URL Living Standard, released on 28th of April 2020. APA 7 treats Wikipedia articles as special instances of entries in the reference works. Thus, there are a few differences between reference entries for pages on Wikipedia and those for generic web pages. General format for reference entry of Wikipedia is title of the article, period, year and month date in parentheses, period, in Wikipedia, Wikipedia word in italics, period, and URL of archived version of the page. Wikipedia articles are often updated frequently. For this reason, the date refers to the date that the cited version of the page was published. Note also that the manual recommends linking to the archived version of the page rather than the current version of the page on site, since the latter can change over time. Now, what is this URL of an archived version of the page and where to find this? For this, let us see a Wikipedia page of National Institutional Ranking Framework. You can have any Wikipedia page for that matter. Check this top ribbon of this web page. There is this option called View History, which shows the past revision of this page. Click on that to see the page revision history. Now let us assume that you have referred to this page on August 9 and now you want to cite that particular version of this web page. So you will have to find August 9 here, and now you want to cite that particular version of this web page. If there are multiple edits on the same day, consider seeing an appropriate timestamp. Click on the timestamp to open a particular archived version of this page which you would like to cite. You can see this note saying that this is an old version of this page. The present address URL is a permanent link to this version, which may differ significantly from the current revision. Click on the URL search bar on the top of this web page to copy the URL of an archived version of page. Now you can simply copy this URL and paste it in the reference. Citing ebooks. The sixth edition included the ebook format, platform, or device, for example Kindle, but not the publisher. The seventh edition for ebooks, the format, platform, or device, for example Kindle, is no longer included in the reference, but the publisher is included in the reference. The DOI is formatted according to the 7th edition guidelines. It is formatted as the URL. The general format for citing an ebook is author's name, period, year of publication in parentheses, period, title of book in italics, period, publisher's name, period, DOI formatted as URL. You should distinguish between the ebook or audiobook and the print version if the content is different or abridged. For that, you simply add ebook or audiobook in square brackets. If you would like to cite the narrator of an audiobook, add narrator name, initial first followed by a surname, comma, NARR stands for narrator, after the title of the book and before the format of the book. Do not italicize the narrator's name and do not put period between the title, narrator's name, and the format of the book. Please note that because online materials can potentially change URLs, APA recommends providing a digital object identifier, that is DOI, when it is available as opposed to the URL. DOIs are an attempt to provide stable, long-lasting links for online articles. They are unique to their documents and consist of a long alphanumeric code. Now let us see how to find the DOI number for any article or book. Let us find out the DOI of the book that I have cited here in this example. Women in Early British and Irish Astronomy, Stars and Satellites. This is the web page where I can find this ebook. Now if you see on the top of this page, URL is given, but this URL can change over time, and APA 7 recommends to provide a DOI in the reference when it is available. Mostly, DOIs are mentioned in the bibliographic information on the top or the bottom of the article. On this particular web page, the DOI is given at the bottom of the page. Note that sometimes a DOI is inserted as a hyperlink. Hyperlink is a link from a hypertext document to another location, activated by clicking on the highlighted word or image. In other words, one can replace a URL by any sort of word or image on which if you click, you get redirected to that URL. For example, I can insert my name as a hyperlink in Word or PDF or on website, and if you click on the name, you will be redirected to the URL that I have replaced my name with, let's say my email or YouTube channel. Likewise, some online bibliographies provide an article's DOI but may hide the code under the button which they may read as article or may be an abbreviation of a vendor's name like Crossref or PubMed. Simply click on that hyperlinked word. It will usually lead you to the full article which will include the DOI. In this example, they haven't hyperlinked the DOI, but again, this simply is the DOI number, and if the reader clicks on this, they will not get redirected to the article. And APA7 recommends the DOI formatted as a URL so that the reader can click on the link to get redirected to the article's web page. To make any DOI as a URL, add words https://doi.org/ and add DOI number next to this. If ebook is without a DOI, cite it the same as a print book is cited. Contributors other than the author and editors. Clear guidelines are provided for citing contributors other than authors and editors. The contributors appear in the author's position. The role of the contributor is added in parentheses after their name. For example, Steven Allen Spielberg, a famous movie director, can be cited as an author as Spielberg, S. A. Director in parentheses. A film can be cited in the following format as shown in this example. Director surname, initials, period. Director in parentheses, period. Year of release in parentheses, period. Title of the film in italics. Media type or format in square brackets next to it. For example, film, DVD, DVD with commentary, TV series, audio podcast, CD, etc. In this case, there are two formats, film and DVD, separated by semicolon, period. Name of studio, period. If multiple studios, like in this example, separate by semicolon and end with a period. For a YouTube video, format is author's name or author's screen name. In computer network, a screen name is the name a user chooses to use when communicating with others online. A screen name can be person's real name or a variation of the person's real name, or it can be a totally made up pseudonym. For example, BBK Vines is used by Bhuvan Bam as his screen name, whereas Dhruv Rathi uses his real name. Position, if any, in parentheses, period. Year, month, day of video post, that is upload date in parentheses, period. Title of video in italics, format in square brackets next to it, period. Uploader or channel name if different from the author's name, period. Title of the website, period. URL of the video. Now let us take a look at another example for a YouTube video. This is my video uploaded on March 16, 2020 on my YouTube channel, and in this reference entry I have omitted the uploader name or channel name because the author's name and the channel's or uploader's name is the same. In previous example, the author's name and the channel name are different. Thus, the channel name is included after the title and media type. If author name and uploader name are the same, you can omit the uploader or channel name. Oral traditions and traditional knowledge of indigenous people are now treated as a distinct source category. If the information has been recorded, for example as an audio or an interview transcript, follow the ordinary direction for citing the appropriate form of media. Personal interviews or communication, whether it is conducted in person, on phone, email, or on virtual platforms like on Skype, WebEx, Google Hangouts, etc., are not recoverable data, and therefore a reader would not be able to go back to the source to review the interview. If you recorded the interview on Skype meeting and posted it online, for example on YouTube or website, you can then include the reference and direct the reader to the audio or video file that captured the interview. Please note that the personal interviews are not included in the reference list because they do not provide recoverable data. Cite them in text only, in parenthetic or narrative citation. General format to cite a personal communication is interviewee first initial, second initial, surname, personal communication, month day, year. No need to abbreviate a month. And this in-text citation is inside a parenthesis as shown in this example. If you are citing it as a narrative citation, Take the name of the interviewee outside the parenthesis as shown in this example. If the conversation took place over time, provide a date range or a general date. New guidelines describe how to present quotation from research participants. Quotation from research participants should be formatted like a normal quotation. For example, if they are longer than 40 words, use a block quotation. However, you do not need to provide an in-text citation or a reference list entry for that. Instead, simply indicate that the quote is from a research participant in the text. A general format for citing artwork in a museum or on a museum website is last name of artist, comma, initial, period, year of release in parenthesis, period, title of artwork and medium in squared bracket next to it, period, name of museum, comma, city, comma, state, comma, country, period, URL of museum. Use this format to cite all types of museum artwork, including paintings, sculptures, photographs, prints, drawings, and installations. Always include a description of the medium or format in squared bracket after the title. If the artwork is available via a museum website, cite that website URL at the end of the citation. If there is no associated website, simply omit the URL part. For untitled art, include a description in squared bracket in place of title. Now let's say I want to make a reference entry of this painting by Edward Hopper called Nighthawks. Now this painting has a title, so we are not going to include a description of this painting in the square brackets in place of a title. And this painting is exhibited in the Art Institute of Chicago. To make a reference entry of this painting in the given format of APA 7, let us find this painting online on the website of Art Institute of Chicago. Okay, this is the painting that I want to cite. Now you have to see that we have a title of the painting as Nighthawks, painter as Edward Hopper, and year of release is 1942. So we have gathered the name of the artist, year of release, and title of artwork, and medium here is painting. Now we need some other information like name of the museum, city, state, and country it is located in, and finally the URL of this museum. To find this information, let us scroll down, and here it is. The museum is located in Chicago City, state is Illinois, and country is United States. And name of the institute is Art Institute of Chicago. And finally, URL we can copy from the top search bar here. Now let us put this information in the format. We have artist name as Edward Hopper. Year of release is 1942. Title of artwork in italics is Nighthawks. Medium in square bracket is painting. Name of the museum is Art Institute of Chicago. City is Chicago. State is Illinois. Country is United States. And finally, the URL of the museum. Photograph not associated with a museum. General format for citing a photograph is last name of photographer, comma, initial, period, year of publication in parenthesis, period, title of photograph in italics, format in square bracket next to it, period, source, period, URL. Note that if the photograph does not have a title, describe the photograph and put that description in square bracket in place of title. Now let's take an example. I want to cite this photograph which I found on web page of New York Times. Let us go to web page to check other details about this photograph. Okay, this is the photograph that I want to cite. It is captured by Sally Rand for New York Times on January 30, and these pictures were captured in year 2019 as its title reads, The Year in Pictures 2019. Now you can see that there is no title for this photograph, so we will have to describe it in words and put that description in the square bracket in place of the title. Apart from this, we need a source of this picture, which is New York Times, and the URL we can copy from the top search bar here. Now let us put this information in the format. We have photographer name as Ran S. Year of release is 2019 in parentheses. Now there was no title of the photograph, so description of the photograph is see smoke on Lake Michigan in square bracket, and format is photograph in square bracket, period. Source is New York Times and the URL for this photograph. In format, the source of the photograph should be italicized, but this picture does not have a title, and since this photograph was captured for New York Times, so I'll be italicizing the source here, which is the New York Times. Citing a music album, a general format for citing a single song or track is name of the recording artist, period, year of release in parentheses, period, title of song, song in square brackets, period, on, title of album in italics, album in square brackets, period, record label, period. Note that if the song is a piece of classical music, you can list the composer instead of the recording artist. If the song does not have an associated album, simply omit the section with album, and in such standalone song, italicize the title of song. If you want to cite an entire album instead of a single track in it, simply omit the title of song. The rest of the format remains the same. Citing a TV series. A general format for citing a TV series is name of executive producer or executive producers in case of multiple, executive producer in parenthesis, period, date range of release in parenthesis, period, title of series in italics, TV series in square brackets, period, production company, period. In case of multiple production companies, separate them by semicolon. When the series spans multiple years, separate the years with an n dash. If the series is still airing, replace the second year with the word present. For example here 2017-present. Citing a TV series episode. A general format for citing a TV series episode is writer and director, their respective roles in parentheses after their names. In this example, writer and the director is the same. Period. Original air date in parentheses. Period. Title of episode. Season number, comma, episode number in parentheses. TV series episode in square brackets. Period. In name of the executive producer in parentheses, comma, series title in italics, period, production companies, period. Note that in case of audiovisual media, when the title is in different language than your paper, include a translation of the title in square brackets next to it. General format for citing news article print version is authors, period, year, comma, month, day in parentheses, period, title or headline, period, name of the newspaper in italics, comma, page numbers. In case of a large newspaper, write page numbers with section, for example, A1, A2, B3, etc. If a newspaper does not have sections like A, B, C, and so on, simply put page numbers in range, for example 16-17. If the article is only on a single page, put a single page number. Put a period after page number. If a news article is from a website, omit page numbers and include a URL at the end of the reference. Now let us see how to cite a news article from a website with no author. General format for this is headline, period, year, comma, month, day in parentheses, period, name of the newspaper in italics, period, URL. Do not put a period after the URL. General format for citing an article or chapter in an edited book is name of the author or authors, period, copyright year in parentheses, period, title of chapter, period, in, name of the editor or editors, initials first followed by the last name, ed in parentheses, use eds for multiple editors, comma, title of work, pp, chapter page range in parentheses, period, publisher, period, doi or URL if available. Do not put a period after doi or URL. Note that when you list the pages of a chapter or essay in parentheses after a book title, use pp before the numbers. For example, I've used here pp 144-163. This abbreviation, however, does not appear before the page numbers in periodical references. If the book has an edition or volume number, include it in the same parenthesis before the page numbers if both edition and volume number show volume first and edition second separated by comma. For example, second edition, comma, volume 2, comma, pp 212-250. General format for citing a tweet is last name, comma, first name initial period, middle name initial period, or name of group at username in square brackets next to it, period, year, comma, month, date in parentheses, period, content of the post up to the first 20 words in italics, tweet in squared brackets next to it, period, site name, period, URL. Now let us see how to cite a Facebook post. General format for citing a Facebook post is last name, comma, first name initial period, middle name initial period, or name of the group, period, year, comma, month, date in parentheses, period, content of the post up to first 20 words in italics, type of post in squared brackets next to it, period, site name, period, URL. And general format for citing an Instagram photo or video is last name, comma, first name initial, period, middle name initial, period, or name of group at username in squared brackets, period, year, comma, month, date in parentheses, period, content of the post up to the first 20 words in italics, type of post in square brackets next to it, period, site name, period, URL. Here are a few more general formats for citation. General format for citing a Twitter profile. General format for citing a Facebook page. And general format for citing a podcast episode. One more thing I would like to add here is about citing an abstract. APA 7th edition does not provide guidance on how to cite abstracts. However, if you are only using information from the abstract, but the full text of the article is also available, it is advised to add abstract in squared brackets after the article or source name. If the full article is not available, you may use an abstract that is available through an abstracts database as secondary source. Also note that this secondary source you would be citing in the in-text citations only. While making a reference entry, cite the original source, that is, the article. Section 2. More inclusive and bias-free language. The use of singular they and their. The most important changes here are related to pronoun usage, though it may bear mentioning that the APA has endorsed the singular they on its website for years prior to the release of this new manual. The singular they and their is endorsed as a gender neutral pronoun. Avoid using he or she to refer to people of unspecified gender. The manual advises writers to use they for a person whose gender is unknown or irrelevant. For instance, rather than writing "a researcher's career depends on how often he is cited," you might write something like "a researcher's career depends on how often they are cited." And rather than writing "each student submitted his or her assignment," consider writing something like "each student submitted their assignment." Additionally, they should be used for a person who uses they as their personal pronoun. In both cases, derivatives of they, like them, their, themselves, and so on, should also be used accordingly. Plural verbs should be used when they is referring to a single person or entity. For example, use they are a kind friend rather than they is a kind friend. The manual also advises against anthropomorphizing language, thus, non-human relative pronouns like that and which are recommended for animals and inanimate objects rather than who. Be sensitive to labels. The seventh edition of manual updates guideline for writing about age, disability, gender, racial and ethnic identity, and sexual orientation to bring them in line with the current best practices. Instead of using adjectives as nouns to label groups of people, descriptive phrases are generally preferred. Respect the language that people use to describe themselves and be aware that language changes over time. Using appropriate level of specificity. Instead of broad categories, you should use exact age ranges that are more relevant and specific. For example, people in the age range of 65 to 75 years old is more specific than people over 60 years old. Use person-first language whenever possible. For instance, a man with epilepsy is generally preferable to an epileptic or an epileptic man. Similarly, avoid using adjectives as nouns to describe groups of people, like the Asians or drug users. Instead, use these adjectives to describe specific nouns or use descriptive nouns phrases, like Asian people or people who use drugs. Use specific labels rather than general ones when possible. For example, French, German, and Polish respondents is more specific than European respondents. Similarly, Korean Americans is more specific than Asian Americans or Asians. When describing differences between groups of people, focus on the qualities that are relevant to the situation at hand. For example, in a study of sex chromosome linked illnesses, participants' biological sexes are probably relevant, while participants' sexual orientations are probably not. The appropriate choice here depends on the context. Section 3. Paper format changes. In the 6th edition, only the use of Times New Roman was recommended. In the 7th edition, there is more flexibility regarding fonts. Times New Roman font in 12-point size is relatively small serif font that can be hard to read. But font lovers rejoice, the 7th edition APA recommends sans serif fonts such as 11-point Calibri, 11-point Arial, 10-point Lucida Sans Unicode, as well as serif fonts such as 12-point Times New Roman, 11-point Georgia, and 10-point Computer Modern, which is a default font in LaTeX, a document preparation system. But Computer Modern is not but Computer Modern font but Computer Modern font is not available in word processing software like Microsoft Word. Now what is this sans serif and serif? Sans serif is a category of typefaces that do not use serifs. That is, those small strokes at the end of characters are not present in sans. Sans is a French word for without. Serif fonts, on the other hand, have those small strokes at the end of characters. Many people suggest that serif fonts have better readability, making reading longer texts much easier, but this is quite subjective. The 7th edition of APA Publication Manual requires that the chosen font to be accessible, that is legible, to all readers and that it is used consistently throughout the paper. It acknowledges that many font choices are legitimate and it advises writers to check with their publishers, instructors, or institutions for guidance in case of uncertainty. Font guidelines are now somewhat looser in order to account for differences in computer specifications and users' accessibility needs. So long as the same font is used throughout the text of the paper, a variety of fonts are acceptable. The most important thing is that the font should be easy to read for everyone. No more running head. In the 7th edition, APA decided to provide separate format guidelines for professional and student papers. For both types, a sample paper is included. For professional papers, the running head on the title page no longer includes the words running head, instead, containing only a page number and the shortened paper title. Student specific guidelines. These guidelines are not for publication. The running head itself is omitted in student papers unless otherwise instructed. Page number in the top right corner of the page and it should continue on all the following pages. Title of the paper, bold, centered, position in the upper middle of the page, 3 or 4 lines below the top of the page. Place one double-spaced blank line between the paper title and the author names. Hit enter. Include the full names of all authors of the paper. Use the format first name, middle initial, and the last name. For example, Shivanand R. Thorat. If two authors, separate with the word and. If three or more authors, separate each name with a comma and write the word and before the last name. Hit enter. Add affiliation. It is usually the university authors attended. Include the name of the department or division. Place a comma and add the university name. For example, Department of Psychology, Savitribai Phule, Pune University. Hit enter. Add course name and number. Use the format shown on the institutional materials for the course for which the paper is being submitted. For example, EP322 Industrial Psychology. Hit enter. Add the course instructor's name and title. Ask for the instructor's preferred form if possible. Some instructors may prefer Doctor, Miss, Mrs, Mr, or a different title. For example, Dr. B.R. Sheswar. Hit enter. Add assignment due date. Use the month, date, and year format used in your country. Spell out the month. Don't use abbreviation. For example, July 3, 2018. Line spacing on the title page should be double spaced, that is 2.0. Please note that these guidelines should be used to create title pages of student papers. However, if instructors or institutions provide different guidelines, students should abide by those instructions. Mechanics of style. In terms of mechanics, the 7th edition of the APA Publication Manual contains a variety of minor changes from the 6th edition. Two of the most important changes are as following. The first change is 6th edition recommended to use two spaces after a period at the end of a sentence. 7th edition recommends to use only one space after a period at the end of a sentence, unless an instructor or publisher dictates otherwise. And the second change is APA 7 recommends to use quotation marks around linguistic examples rather than italicizing these examples. For instance, you might write that APA endorses the use of singular pronoun they, so instead of writing they in italics, add a quotation mark around they. Similarly, you might write participants had to choose between the choices agree and disagree. Instead of italicizing the words agree and disagree, Add quotation marks around these words. Updated levels of heading. Headings are used to help guide the reader through a document. The heading levels are organized by levels of subordination. In general, each distinct section of an academic paper should start with a level 1 heading. The 7th edition changes only level 3, 4 and 5 headings. All headings are now written in title case. Important words are capitalized and boldface. Headings are distinguished only by the use of italics, indentation and periods.